hell y'all do it? Damn, bust my butt here before we go in here. I hope y'all are doing fine, baby. There is one, baby. And we're it, baby. I'm glad to see everybody here. Let me catch my scroll up here a little bit. Easier to do it like this, I think. Just push the button. No, of course that didn't work. Anyway, it is Tuesday, baby. I hope you've had a good day. It's been a beautiful day down here in South Texas. Got some chores done around the house here that I had to get done, so it was a productive day. But the sun is shining. Dwayne Twizzle was the first one to jump in. Thank you very much. And Randy Peterson. Whoo, pig. Buddy, I seen you lounging in the lounge chair there, feet kicked up, sun just a-shining. Looking good, brother. I was glad to see you relaxing like that. Jess Coggins is here. Bart Larson, thank you for being here. Let me see. Mega Wet Willie is with us. Thank you. The Remixtress is with us. Bruce Preston, Jeff Curry, Michael Johnson's here. That smart ass squaw. She says, I'm back. Indeed, Martha, glad to see you there, baby. Let me see. Dwayne Drizzle. I got him in. Let me see. Dorothy Tyndall, Mark Perkins is here. Carol Lowe, Virginia Whitley here. Ginger's Chat Show. Make sure you catch her on Facebook. She's always there. Nancy Halverson, glad to see you. Jay Clayton. Damn, what a Taco Tuesday for you, buddy. Worked in New York today, but flew home to see Stephanie. And boy, howdy shit. If that doesn't just reek romance. I don't know how anybody keeps up with you, Jay, man. But good on you, brother. I'm glad to see you taking care of her. And we give her love all over the place. Hope she gets better feeling soon. And she will. I know she will. Anyway, let me see. Who else is here? Jeanette Miller. I'm sorry. Jeanette Miller's here. Let me get on down here before I just get lost. And I don't know where. I seen Sherry Pickpocket. Can't get my mouth working either. Anyway, it's been a day full of chores around the house. So the only news I saw today, but it did stimulate my mind, I did a little rant on it earlier, is the discussion before the Supreme Court right now about forgiving student loan debt, a certain amount, $20,000 at the maximum, 10 mostly on most of them would get some forgiveness on their student loan. And it brings up that whole social issue, because you hear it on all sides of don't do it, I had to pay mine, why did they get away, and all this stuff. There's a million reasons why we can't do a damn thing in this country. And we exercise those things every day. We come up with a good reason not to do something, even on your local level, city, state. It's all there. Every time we go to do something, somebody's got to discuss it for another 5 years or some shit. And that's the way it goes. But we're laying the groundwork for an amazing future, full of technology and advancements that we haven't even dreamed of yet. And we need a workforce that's going to be able to keep up with that. And they've told us for years that it takes an education. Well, I'm all for that, baby. As far as, like I've said before, community colleges should be free. And if you're not going to go to the college, you have a trade school that you can go to learn a trade, to be specific in your work. You could provide a living for your family and live the American dream. Isn't that what it's all about? That's what we're all about. We've been preaching it forever, as long as I was a kid, the American dream. Well, it ain't been a dream for everybody. Hell, for a lot of people, it's getting your ass in the door. You could have the best heart in the world and the most dedicated work ethic there is. It doesn't mean shit if you can't get in the door. So yeah, I'm all on that liberal socialist bullshit of giving education the amount required to do what our society demands of it. And so we won't know for quite a while, but what the Supreme Court is going to do with the arguments today. I think they close today, and they're going to have 60 days, I think, or 90 days, before a decision is due in this. So we won't know for a little while, but I'm going to keep my ears peeled because I want to see what happens. How about you, Miss Chick? How are you? Oh, shit.
Oh, I'm pretty good. I was actually listening to that today.
Were you?
Yeah. And Solicitor General. I can't pronounce her last name. It starts with a P.
Starts with a P.
Pearl something or other.
Right.
She is a firecracker.
Is
I
she?
tell you. Yeah. The judges were just firing questions at her, and she's just rapid firing right back at them.
Cool. Cool.
And
If you're going to go
and
in
they're
front
all.
of the
I mean,
Supreme Court, you better have your stuff together.
well, right,
You know.
right, and being the Solicitor General, she's the one that's got to be there to defend, the government
Right.
kind of thing. But so the other person, um, gentleman who's representing, they just have it blankly as Nebraska.
Right.
He wasn't doing so well. He sounded like he was sweating because they did. They don't really show the video. You can hear audio, but you don't see video on these. And
Right. Yeah, you just hear
he every time they would ask him to clarify or ask him a question, the first thing out of his mouth was, "I disagree," and I was like, "Well, that's the way to go at it."
Just take it right from the get go. Let's go ahead and welcome Linda into the room. Linda, are you with us?
I am.
How are you doing, dear?
I'm here. I'm good.
You're
Pretty
good. You're here and you're good.
Yep, pretty much.
That's the basic requirement of life, I guess. So I guess you made it through the day.
Yep. So
That's
far.
good. That's
Yeah.
good. So what's been on your agenda for the day?
Well, my kid, she's sick. She's got pneumonia.
Oh no.
Oh,
But she's doing pretty good. I just had this feeling, and they gave her
Right.
an X-ray, and she can't talk. Well, she talks, but she has Down syndrome, so she's
Right.
doing well with it. And she'll get all her meds. Will be ready. They have to do liquids. They'll be ready tomorrow. So she's doing pretty good. So the good news is I figured out what was wrong. So we're
There
back
you
from
go.
that.
There you
So,
go. It's
we
a
deal with
never-ending job, dear.
it. It is.
It is.
So,
But what?
that's about it. And let's see, nothing much, the usual.
Yeah.
So,
Same way with me. I had honeydews all day long.
Yeah.
Another big tree limb fell. So well, there's chainsaw work. So
Fell from storms or from what?
no, just out of the blue, boom. I've got some pretty major oak trees around here, and this one was over the years had taken a lean, so it was leaning quite a bit, and
Right.
I guess the weight of it just kind of finally said nope, I ain't going no more, and snap it went. So
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something with those trees. We've been here 3 years, and they're big, they're beautiful, but
oh,
I
that's
might have
fine.
to.
They're big and beautiful. I worry about it every time the wind blows.
Yeah, our wind was bad because we got kind of the gusts and all that from Oklahoma yesterday. I mean, I
Oh.
took my trash cans in, everything. We had some strong.
Now
wind.
remind
It's
me
really
where
warm.
you are.
In Icky-Poo, Missouri.
Up in Missouri. There you go.
St. Louis, real close to Illinois, real close. I don't like it here. I'm from Denver, so
Oh, Mile
we
High
are.
City.
Yeah, we just got kind of stuck here because Alex's health issues with her lungs, and we've always said we'll end up moving. So
you don't like that
Probably
Flatlander stuff, do you?
I do. I like it nice and I like
Hilly and
Illinois 'cause I
mountainous.
like it's nice and flat and it's pretty, and like Denver where I live is real flat. I really like that, but her lungs couldn't handle the altitude, so we had
Oh,
to
yeah.
move.
So
And we had family here, so I got stuck here in Josh Hollyland.
Josh Hollyland. Hey,
It's
I'll make you feel better. I have Ted Cruz. All right.
I don't know. Both of them suck.
Yeah, both of them pretty well suck.
Yeah,
Let me
so-
get this real quick. Let me send out a thank you to Michael Johnson, who came in $2 and said he's smoking pot and barbecue. Wait a minute. No, that's not what it says. He's smoking pork barbecue and still listening. And he says, "Fuck Trump. Fuck Greg. Oh no. Fuck Abbott. Oh no. FGQP. Oh no. Fuck the GOP." He put a Q in. Michael, thank you very much, brother. I got. Yeah. John knows. John got to get his eyes fixed.
Get to that eye doctor.
Yeah, that's what I got to do, James. How are you,
guys
my
make it
friend?
more difficult than it is.
Could have done it today if the tree hadn't fell. Shit. And tomorrow we're supposed to be windy as shit. James, how are you?
I'm good, I guess. I'm still kicking.
There you
Above
go.
ground.
That's the best any of us can hope for on any given day. That we make it through. So, I don't know. I was in that nostalgic mood, just looking at like I said, my rant, with the discussion about higher education, the Supreme Court and everything, and the way the future is going. If we don't prepare our youth, if we don't forge that path for our kids and grandchildren to be able to live and prosper in that world, we're failing in our job, man. That's, kind of way I looked at it today.
Hey, did you all see where my governor, Bill Lee, is pushing through that law to ban dressing in drag, and going to make it a felony in Tennessee if you're within eyeshot of a child.
Really?
Yeah, I heard
Yes.
about that.
Good
And
luck
then,
with that
and
one
then
there,
to beat it
Bill.
all, they dug up pictures of him dressed in drag.
Yes,
when he was,
I saw that story. I saw that story that they pulled up a picture of him in drag. I haven't seen the picture yet. Does it look good?
Well,
I haven't seen the picture, but I did see the story. Now, isn't that, that's your culture war. That's the only thing the Republicans have. They don't have any legislative ideas or programs that they want to push through for the people of this country. They are tied up in this culture war, and that's it, baby. And drag
well,
queen,
they're going to waste our time with something about how people can dress, really.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's what we're going to waste our time on, that, and I don't know, looking at Hunter Biden's laptop or other such bullshit. That doesn't.
I hope the young kids that you see that are getting older and will be able to vote, soon, and then see how this is horrible.
Yeah.
That they don't care. I mean, what's happening here? I guess it happened today. They had a march. A bunch of young kids marched to the Capitol here to protest guns.
Really?
Because here in Missouri, you can ask DJ because he lives here. You can carry a gun now, under 18. Seriously.
Under 18.
Under
What could go wrong?
18. Yeah, you can't tell them no. Yeah, what could go wrong? Exactly.
Yeah.
Because it
Yeah,
would
there's
be
no
against
problem
the
here.
Second Amendment. You're under 18.
They're all good guys with guns. Don't worry about it.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I don't like it here. I can't wait to move. And we came here temporarily, so we're either going to Illinois. I used to live in D.C., which, boy, I could have some fun there right now. Or Michigan, which I used to live there too. Or I don't know. So
I don't know. We're
anywhere-
recruiting people down here to South Texas. We need more blue people down here. So we got Randy Peterson. I'm trying to tempt Bernadette. Look at here, baby. It's snowing up there now.
I see that.
Need to move down here to the coast so you can breathe easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll probably do Illinois. It's close. It's 12 miles, and
And it
my
gets you out
friends
of
do that.
Josh Hawley's district.
God, it is good. It is like the Massachusetts of the Midwest. Like, that's what I call it. But it's not. It's totally different. I mean, the laws are different. God, it's so different. Yeah,
I live in Texas, darling. That's,
I know.
that's basically all I have to say.
The stuff that you have to put up with down there is like, wow. I mean, who you have is just, God.
And
So I get
it depresses the vote down here. It's difficult to get Democrats to get out to vote because they know the system is rigged against them. This state is gerrymandered just like a lot of other, states are. And it's, in my district, it's damn near impossible now to get a Democrat elected.
Yeah.
Because my district has an arm that reaches all the way up in the redneck country.
Oh yeah. I can imagine. I mean,
Yeah.
I remember, who was it that was, when it was blue? You guys were blue, what, 20 years
Oh,
ago?
we were, yeah, Ann Richards was governor.
Yes.
She was quite a lady, and miss her. But yeah, my congressman was I want to say Hinojosa, but it's not. It's somebody else. Been so long, I swear. But ever since we gerrymandered, it turned red, and that's all there is to it.
Yeah.
And that's what they've done all across Texas, because that's the only way they can win. They are not going to win in a fair fight. They're not going to win on the issues, so they have to do something. And they're the party screaming about, "Ooh, we got to watch the vote." Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Watch the vote, all right. Yeah, they're cheating. No, somebody wants to tilt the scale.
Oh, totally. I agree.
Well,
look at Nikki Haley. I say this is my opinion. She's not running for president. She's running want to be vice president, because I bet you, if Trump gets a nomination, he's hoping, she'll be the vice president, because that'll get him the suburban housewife Republican vote. I do.
I seen today where the polls the Republicans have Trump at 42% and DeSantis down to 37%. So,
That was a poll run through Fox, though.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Yeah.
But still, all in all, where the right is still at.
Mm-hmm.
They're still hard on Trump. And I don't know. in my opinion, as long as that is sustained, and I think the Democrats will win again. But you can't take that to the bank.
I don't know.
You can't rely on that because he got in the first time by, a wave, but the second time could be just for spite. And
Yep, Hitler did it. Yep.
let me thank Keith Thompson, my buddy up in Minneapolis, Minnesota, who came in with a $2 donation and said, Minnesota will welcome you. Well, there you go. See, you'd be welcome in Minnesota.
I've never been there.
You haven't. They need more
That's
people
what I
up
mean.
there. The more body heat, keep the place warm up there. Because it's freezing.
Yeah, I'm just anything but here. I mean, I'm just boring to me. It's not bad. The cost of living is great.
Is it? Yeah.
Oh, my house. I mean, for what I paid for my house, really. When I lived in Washington D.C., that's a postage stamp, maybe a 2-bedroom condo. So right outside Northern Virginia.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'd be in trouble now because I'd be in jail
Oh,
for my big mouth.
I can't.
I said the. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I'm just going to say the cost of housing anywhere nowadays is it's unbelievable.
Ours was $170,000 for a 3-bedroom tri-level with a big yard, so we got a pretty good deal. But that was 3 years ago, and it was actually a seller's market, wasn't it? Maybe not. I can't remember, but we did good.
Well,
We
good.
got lucky.
Good. Well, I hope you might as well try to be happy where you are while you're there until you move on.
Oh, I am. I really like my house, and we'll see. It might turn blue. We got a guy,
Yeah.
Lucas Kuntz, out there, and if it turns blue, hey, you never know. I
Never
just need
know.
someone to be.
Yeah.
You never know, but the chance is right.
Yeah.
But you never know. Doesn't mean I'm not going to vote and try, and I will.
There you go. There you go. It
Never
doesn't matter what area you live in. You vote your values. That's what you do. That's what
That's right.
voting is about. It's not about voting for your neighbor to make him
Exactly.
happy. Shit, piss on him. Vote to make you happy.
And
What
make
you
a stand
believe.
and say something, and just go out and vote. It just ticks me off. Like when the Supreme Court pulled the Roe versus Wade, man, I went off on them. I mean, I
Yeah.
had some. The postcards were great. The F and U, and then I sent one to Amy Coney Barrett to her house because I don't care. Told her that if Satan had it,
Outstanding.
I'd be her. I hope it made her cry. Hey, it sounds mean, but
It's
you
your
have to
voice,
do it.
and you have a
have to
right
do
to
it.
use it. Yes, and
Mhm.
that's an issue that touched a lot of people in this country. And now the pill the abortion pill they call it, is being looked at by
Oh,
the
I'm
Supreme
so
Court,
mad.
or no, not by the Supreme Court, by a
Oh,
judge in
yeah.
Texas.
In
Yeah,
Texas,
judge
In
in
Texas,
Texas.
yeah, a Trump judge
how
who's.
can he have this power?
That's a damn good question. How can one
Religious-
judge in a single state have that much power over every woman in this country?
It
That's
had something to
ridiculous.
say that some religious organization, something like that, is suing with
And
him.
that is
and-
exactly what it is, dear.
But how can that be when we are separation of church and state? That's
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah. Well, I think that went out the window a long time ago. Yes, separation of church and state is essential for a free and democratic society.
That's
well,
right.
Are we a free and democratic society?
We're supposed to be.
We're
We
supposed to
will
be.
continue.
We're
I'm sorry,
working to keep it.
Stack the courts. I really believe we
That's
should.
what I think. Increase the number on the Supreme Court. Make it 13.
Well, that's what they're
Let's
trying
go.
to do. So what the heck?
Sure.
We
Man,
might as well
hey,
see.
I back when Hillary Clinton was running for president, I tried to tell so many people, hey, you need to vote for her, whether you like her or not. And a lot of people they hated her, and then they couldn't go against their damn conscience. But I'm like, you gotta look at the big picture, because Ruth Bader, she was getting old at the time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you have to look at the bigger picture. You can't just look at,
Yeah, because that
you
pick,
know what I'm
that
saying,
pick
you know what I'm
made it.
saying.
He got 3 Supreme Court picks. 3
Yeah.
on a panel of 9. That's a third of the court picked by Donald Trump. That does not make me feel good. Doesn't make me feel like my concerns and stuff in front of that court mean jack. The only thing I saw today in the news that I went, about was a report that Amy Coney Barrett seemed to be siding with the liberals on this issue with the student loan debt. Now, I didn't get to read into it. All I saw was the headline, but that's what it
Well,
implied. Of course,
My
nowadays.
impression was that they weren't necessarily leaning they were trying to clarify exactly whether or not um, the entity could be considered, because again it gets into corporate crap, right? So they were trying to specify: is this a person, or is this a, who is this that's suing?
Right.
And
Yeah. Do they have standing to sue? Period.
right, and show us the harm,
Yeah.
and if they
And
are
they can't.
indeed a person, then why aren't they here?
Yeah.
Why
I
didn't
don't
they
think
come
the
here?
states that are suing can show harm, because it does not harm the state. The states aren't
Right.
liable for these loans.
And that'll be the tipping point, I think, because that's what the. Let me see if I can find my little.
And
cheat
what
sheet
pisses
here.
you off anyway is the fact when you stop to think that these student loans are guaranteed by the U.S. government. All right, Uncle Sam says, "All right, you can borrow this money, and we'll guarantee it." But they delegated the workings and the actual loaning and all that to private entities, and allow them to charge a significant interest rate, and it becomes a business. You're no longer, the government isn't providing they're providing a financial business for private enterprise. Why doesn't the government, if you're going to guarantee that loan, just make the loan? Make the loan at a zero interest rate. How's that? You loan a kid the money to go to college, and he pays that loan off, no interest. His tax dollars are at work anyway, baby. All of us are. This is it.
Right. And the other argument is whether or not it could go under, what do they call it, the hero thing, which was to jump in and help when there's
when there's a crisis, which they're saying
crisis
that
of
the
some
COVID,
type.
yeah, the COVID outbreak shut down the country, and right now
Right.
all student loan payments are on hold, depending on which
Right.
way the court goes. And they'll still remain
Right.
on hold for another 90 days, at least until the court comes back with their decision. But if the court allows does not allow Biden's plan, then those payments are due. They're, hello, pay up. And there's a lot of people that aren't in position to make those payments. And I don't buy into the whole idea of, well, I had to pay mine. Well, I'm sorry. If we did on that note, we would never get progress on anything, because somebody would always be crapping about, well, I had to do it. Well,
Exactly.
you get nowhere with that kind of shit. That's water under the bridge. It's done. It's gone. I heard somebody say, talking on the news this evening, they didn't think it was fair because he didn't get a student loan. He went to put himself through college, and good on him. But he said, well, if they get forgiven, I want money. Well, now this guy's talking about, well, if you're going to forgive their loan, well, then give me the money I would have borrowed. Something like that. I don't know.
No, that doesn't
No,
work.
it's ridiculous.
my
Good on
God.
you for not borrowing money to go to college. You didn't have to
But
pay
that's-
anything back.
That's
That's
the
good.
mentality. I don't want
Yes.
anybody else to get any help. If I
Unless-
don't get any
unless
help,
I get
whether
it.
I need it or not.
Yeah.
Somebody's getting something I don't get.
And that's that selfish attitude of I don't know what stimulates that. Why would you not want something better for somebody else? Let me thank Daniel Mosley, who just came in with $2 through Super Chat. Daniel, thank you very much, brother. We appreciate it tremendously. Thank you all. Any donations are graciously accepted right now. Anyway, yeah, that idea of I don't want anything better for you, because if we went by that logic, every one of us would be walking 5 miles to school, uphill both ways, back and forth to school, because that's the way your great grandpa did it.
Are you shitting me?
Yeah, they're not getting a bus. I had to walk. What's wrong with you? That's what's wrong with these kids. They can't walk 10 miles in the snow. It's the society we're building that we're trying to get to. I think constantly, all the time, the things that we fight for really aren't going to affect me. And on a on a whole part, I think a bit large part of our audience, it's not going to affect us. We're farther down that path, the majority of us. So if we're not fighting for those behind us, why the hell do it? You know, why would anybody would have done it through history if that's all they gave a shit was about themselves? Isn't that what our country was supposedly founded on? That we come together, e
Right.
pluribus unum, out of many, one.
Was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
we've
be
never been
selfish.
there. We've never reached e pluribus unum. Let's be fair about that. We have not been a country of one. Ever since, I started watching, I wish Bernadette was here. I started watching Exterminate All the Brutes. Anybody,
Oh.
Miss Chick, you familiar?
Well, I don't
I'm gonna
have
check it out.
HBO.
Yeah, I'm getting it on Hulu, I think.
I don't think it's on Hulu, so you must be getting it on something else.
It's HBO, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm into the first 2 episodes, and it's quite eye-opening of how
It's
we
actually
got.
a book. There is a book available. So if anybody wants to look that up.
Yeah, Exterminate
get
All the
HBO.
Brutes. It's a world history kind of thing, of of the colonization of the world, not just the United States, everywhere, and how that was accomplished. And it's not a pretty picture. It's not a pretty history. But like I said, I'm into the second episode. Through the second episode. Might watch another 2 this evening. Maybe, I don't know. See how the day goes. Evening goes. But,
I looked up some history today, John.
what's that?
When Abraham Lincoln
Mm-hmm.
was first running to become president in, well, it would be like 1859-ish, right? Because he
Right.
got in 1860. is that
60, I
correct?
think.
He did an address, which would be kind of like his first large and lengthy talk to the people in his efforts to get elected. And it was in New York, I do believe. They called it the Cooper Union Address. And it's really lengthy. I haven't gotten all the way through it yet. I don't even know if I've gotten halfway through it. I'm going to say that if he was standing up there talking, it was probably like a 45-minute thing.
Right.
But I started reading it and I realized he was the first and original fact checker.
Really?
Yeah, because the opposition was all about, well, what our founding fathers. Now, mind you, in this time, in 1859, there might have still been a founding father that, well, no, they probably would have died, but the people running might have been born about the time they died. So, it
Right.
wasn't too
all.
long
I'm
along down the road. And so it was sort of fresh, in history for them. But he literally spent 5 months. He was asked in October to do this thing on February 27th was when he actually gave this address. Hence the history for today. But he went through there and said, literally named the names of the founding fathers who in their, writings and the Constitution did not have anything in there that the other people were arguing that, well, this is what the founding fathers meant. And he said, no. And he pointed all this shit out to him and named names of the founding fathers and gave them the counts on who voted for what and stuff like that. It was like, oh my gosh, he was the first fact checker.
Abraham Lincoln, who knew? First fact checker.
Yeah, first fact checker.
I challenge your knowledge on that, sir.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think they even printed this in newspapers and pamphlets so that people who weren't there could also read it, which probably went far for, getting him elected. But But yeah, like I said, I haven't read the whole thing, but it was pretty fascinating that he had, no, you know, that's not what they meant. That's not what they meant when they were talking about slavery and stuff in the thing. He said they didn't address that. No, that's not what they meant.
Yeah, I see Maria Betancourt said that the series was so eye-opening about the Catholic Pope and how he invented racism. Yeah, racism is an idea that came of man.
Oh,
Yeah, it's yeah. There's
and case
quite eye-opening.
systems and
Yeah,
yeah.
just kill everybody. That's the answer. Kill them until
We
you
have a lot
them
to
in line.
overcome. We have a
We
lot
do.
to overcome.
You know, and nobody wants to have their look at their past and be ashamed of it. Nobody does. But the past is what it is. Whether you choose to look at it or not, that's a different question. How it makes you feel, well, that's a personal issue. But the truth itself is something that you know.
But ignoring it
Yeah.
or letting it continue and closing
Indeed.
your eyes, that's
Indeed.
not the way to go.
Let me send out a couple of thank yous. One to Daniel Mosley, came in with a $2 donation and said, "Hi Linda, this is DJ. I'm in Herculaneum, Missouri right now. Are you? DJ, are you there?
Yes, I'm here and I'm in Herculaneum.
Herculaneum, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and you don't know, my name is Daniel Mosley.
I
DJ
did.
stands for Daniel.
I did.
DJM
Yeah,
Mosley.
I remember you telling me that before. Whether it retained in my mind long, no. You're DJ there on the, yeah, don't get me confused. Let me send
Hi,
out
Linda.
another quick thank you to Michael
Hi.
Johnson, who came in with another $2 and said, "Here we are fighting, we are fighting Hawley and have been. Fuck Trump, fuck H, and fuck A. Abbott." I'm thinking, who's H? It's a
He's
game.
doing that
It's a
just to
game,
throw
Michael.
you
I don't
off.
know, baby. Michael, thank you.
You know, it's funny. I'm going to do that ancestry.com. My friend's doing it. And she loves it.
Right?
And it's funny on my dad's side. This is funny. I'm like, I don't know if I want to do it because my grandpa, his last name, and my grandma, her maiden name, were
Right.
already. One's Taylor. Think about anyone who has a last name or middle Taylor that you could stand.
Right?
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Oh,
And guess hold on, it gets better. So here's my grandma's maiden name. I didn't know this. I was looking it up. Holly.
HAWLE.
I'm like, maybe I'll skip
Say,
it.
wait a minute. I don't know if I want to know this.
No.
No, darling. There are many Hawleys, I'm sure.
I know. But DJ, we're three. I think I'm 3 exits from you. Yeah.
Oh, you are? I'm at
Right.
I'm 178. Where are you at?
I'm at right off of, you know where the Deerbirds is? Right there off of 141.
Neighbors.
Yeah, I sure do. That's
I'm
our.
right there. We're so close.
Well, I
Yep.
shop up at Deerbergs every once in a while. I'll have to get in contact with you when I go up there.
You should. Yeah. What we should once.
Well, y'all should get together, make coffee or something.
Yeah, we
Meet for
should.
coffee or something.
I've been.
Linda
so
mentioned Marjorie Taylor Greene. You mentioned her, Linda.
Yes.
Did you read the article about her today?
Oh,
She
Lord.
was attacked in a restaurant, and she's
Allegedly.
squealing like a stuck pig about how she got attacked and how these people shouted at her and screamed at her and stuff. And I thought,
Oh, man.
wow,
Allegedly.
Allegedly,
you
I hear.
can't take it, can you? You know,
There's
you're
no
just,
video proof. There's no proof. Nobody's come out with anything. So allegedly.
well, but even if it's not true, the point is that she's screaming about it. So she screams at other
Well,
people.
that's Marjorie
and
Taylor
tells them
Greene.
things
Doesn't
about
matter
them.
if anything is the truth or not if she screams about it.
She's an
The
awful
the
person.
truth is not a necessary component to anything she's screaming about.
Hey,
But if somebody did attack her, what I put at the end of it was if it had been me, she would have been seeing the dentist the next day.
Hey.
Hey,
Get in the
I
box.
would say it's probably about like Rudy Giuliani. Whenever that guy's just barely tapped him on the back, and he
Right.
said he was assaulted.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yes, everybody
Yeah.
sees the
Yes,
video.
I remember that.
Yeah, just barely touches his back and he sues him for assault.
But
Yeah.
it's
Well, this
great.
is.
But that's who
She
Rudy
can
is.
stand there and say that how rude and how it was, and she's the one that stood up during the State of the Union address and yelled,
Excuse me.
"Lawyer!"
Right. Yeah. Yeah. She's,
Right.
you know, I don't know what is up with the Republican Party that they cannot, you know, it'd be one thing if it was just Marjorie Taylor Greene, but it's not. It's
They
a
have no
list of them.
shame.
No, they don't give a shit as
can't.
long as they have the power. They don't care who their people are.
They cannot be embarrassed. They can't be shamed. It's pathetic.
It is. And it just, in my mind, how could anybody even think about freaking voting Republican right now? I'd be embarrassed. You know, like, again, the only thing they have is this cultural issues. Anything that they can scream about that has nothing to do with everyday Americans, just their culture war bullshit. You know,
It is.
That's all
It's
they
just
got.
horrible.
But that's what we're going to listen to for the next year and a half.
And they look like fools, though. I'll have to
They
say.
do.
I mean, when I was watching Kevin McCarthy not get in over and over, I was just like, wow, this is just pathetic.
He's turning
And
over.
then
McCarthy's turning over all the footage now to the lawyers of all the defendants of the January 6th insurrection.
But they look bad.
Yeah.
Let them make fools out of themselves. Let them continue this.
It's just fake outrage, so they can go on, I don't know, Fox News or Newsmax or whatever, and scream about the injustices of, you know.
Just, I
It's
know.
all a dog and pony show.
I miss the old days of just, we were all talking, I think, maybe it was James, I think it was you talking about channels when we just had like the 4 channels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They missed a trick. You talked about like C-SPAN and PBS. That was when Hardball came out, when even CNN, all of them, just all this.
The
too much
news now has
information.
turned into a 24-hour entertainment corporation. All of them.
Exactly.
It's all about keeping the viewers. Did y'all see what Rupert Murdoch said about
I'm not sure.
under deficit? Yeah, that guy.
That's what I was fixing to bring that up.
About the color, blue and red. He said it wasn't about blue or red; it was about green. Meaning it was all about
yeah,
money.
that's right.
Yeah, it's all about the money. Fox News didn't want to lose their viewership to Newsmax or
The sad
Breitbart.
thing is, sad thing is, the Fox News viewers are not going to hear any of this shit.
No.
That's going on.
No.
No,
That's right.
that's what's so sad, because they're not reporting this on Fox, and most of them people over there, they don't turn the channel. They stay on Fox all day long.
They're
So-
still spewing the same fear and crap that they always.
Yes, they are.
Right.
They're still casting doubt on the 2020 election.
People need to just wake up and look at their own.
You would
I
think.
don't know.
I don't know if this
You would
is
think.
true, but I read it today, and it may or may not be true. I don't know. You can't believe everything you read, only half of what you see. But anyway, Charles Darwin, I guess he gave a speech or wrote this paragraph, and what he said was that as evolution continues, human beings are going to evolve into 2 classes, the smart and the dumb. And he said the dumb are going to always try and control the smart, but the smart will be in the majority. So I looked at that and I thought, my God, he's talking about MAGAs.
And we're
Well, the smart and the majority is us.
I agree.
Have
Yes, the
no
smart majority,
doubt
but
that
the
the
MAGAs are
Democratic
the dumb
Party
ones that are
and
trying to
liberal-leaning
control it.
individuals are a clear majority across this country. Now, whether they get out and vote, that's
Exactly
a different
what
thing.
he said.
But
Then the dumb MAGAs are trying to make us do what they want.
Have
Oh,
you
that's-
ever? Oh, sorry. Go
no,
ahead.
go ahead, James.
Have any of y'all seen the movie Idiocracy?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like what we're living in.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't get it.
Well, we're here because of Ronald Reagan and the things he did. And let me just elaborate just one small bit. I won't take too much time. But when Ronald Reagan broke PATCO, he basically destroyed the middle class because he broke the unions. And what has happened is that because the cost of living before Reagan came to office, as it rose, wages rose. So after Reagan came into office, there were like only 40 strikes after he broke PATCO, and then only 7 one year. And what happened is that the middle class now, what used to be the middle class, and the lower class, when the cost of living goes up, they don't have the increases that the wealthy do. So we're all living beneath basically an economic poverty line that's causing a lot of the lower class people in especially the red states, to be uneducated and also take low paying jobs, which is what happens, and that's why they become MAGAs, because they have been pushed into this sort of thing by what Ronald Reagan did. How long ago was he a president? In the 80s,
Three
I
simple
guess?
words: poor, hungry, and needing a job.
Exactly, and that's the cause of people turning to Trump and everything because they're uneducated.
No,
And they
I
can't
fully
get a
agree
job.
with you. When Reagan came in with his trickle-down economics, that's what he sold it as, and it's basically give to the rich, and the money will trickle down to the poor. You know, I saw a thing Robert Reich wrote the other day on one of the social media things, and he put down trickle-down economics, and underneath it said trickle-down economics, but the last letters of the sentence were gone. And it kept on going down until it looked like it's just trickling away until you get down to the last word and it just says trick. That's what it was. It was a trick
Trick.
to
Certainly
to
could.
to,
Yeah.
to 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 transfer that wealth even more so uh, to the upper class, to the wealthy, and putting a heavier burden on the middle and lower class.
I put a post up on TikTok with all this information in it about Reagan because I read an article on it, and I went through the article and scrolled through the article while I was doing the video on TikTok so that everybody could see what I was talking about, and I posted that yesterday, I think. So Reagan is the cause of all this, unfortunately.
Rick Shelley just said trickle down equal trickle on. Yeah, I call it as don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining, because
And,
that's exactly what they did.
You know, the sad thing is that if Reagan was to run for if he was alive right now and he ran for president somehow, he would be considered probably a leftist.
He would not make it. He would not live
No,
up to
he
the
wouldn't.
maggot world today.
That's fucking crazy.
It has gone that way ever since George Bush. I mean, it has put on the accelerator after George Bush. George Bush screwed up a whole lot, and then came Obama, and it wasn't enough that Obama was making great strides. He was a black man that just got elected, and the right came up ape shit.
And he couldn't make a damn single mistake at all. And he's and he still got crucified,
Yes, they still 2 terms though, 2 terms, and that's what really pissed the right off. I mean, it gave birth to the Tea Party, which gave birth to the Freedom Foundation, Freedom Caucus. I mean, Jim Jordan and all that shit, and they're still there, baby. And every time I think of that asshole, Jim Jacketoff Jordan, he's on the Judiciary Committee.
No, but where is he right now? I know, he's on the Judiciary Committee, which is really God.
Yeah, ain't that a joke?
Where is he at the Ohio train wreck here, huh?
That's a good question. It was in
Blaming
Ohio.
Pete Buttigieg. He's
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
Buttigieg.
Yeah, but they're not showing up either, are they?
So is Joe Manchin. Joe Manchin did a whole article on how Pete Buttigieg is the cause for this train wreck.
One day that man, I have said this for years before he ran, because I remember when they called him Mayor Pete in Indiana, and I said, I like this guy.
Yeah.
I wish he'd run for president, and he did. I think down the line we will see him as president.
He's not gone. He's like I look at Beto O'Rourke. I see the same thing in Beto O'Rourke that I'm seeing in Pete Buttigieg. That drive, and
that drive and that voice of reason, no drama.
Yeah.
Just like Biden, Obama, no drama.
No drama, just up front with everything.
Do your job.
That's it.
Right.
And I still have hope. Ted Cruz has come up again in 24.
Yeah.
And
Well,
we haven't heard a declaration from Beto O'Rourke, but I just, I hope it's him, but I don't know. Everybody down here is waiting to see.
now I was watching
him, John.
Yes.
I was watching a movie the other day, and one of the characters in the movie said, gee, I wish I could die so I could come back and haunt Ted Cruz.
Mm-hmm. If there was such a process, that might be a good reason to die. Just let me go. I want to come back and haunt that sucker. Yes. Yeah, every time you think of Josh Hawley, think of Ted Cruz. He's a dick. Nobody likes Ted Cruz. Nobody. Let me thank Keith Thompson, who came back in with another $2 and said, I am sick of seeing Trump as a headline. Hang on to your britches, Keith. It's just getting started, buddy. We're fixing to see him in the news. Wrong mouse. In the news a lot, I hope. Soon, I hope. Because I am just like him. Just like Keith, I'm tired of him. He needs to be held account. That's what this country needs more than anything else, is accountability.
Yes, it does.
Two attorneys are disagreeing on whether he's going to be charged. Joyce Vance, isn't she a famous columnist on MSNBC or something. She says she doesn't think he's going to be charged. And then what's his name? The other attorney. Oh, what's it? God, I think of it. I blocked on his name right now, but he's got a shaved head, and he's always he posts on TikTok and Twitter and everything. Kirshner. Kirshner said he thinks Trump is going to be indicted at both the state and the federal level.
Yeah, they get paid for opinions, so whatever.
Oh, look here, Jess
Yeah,
Coggin's
well, I don't know who's right, but
Have y'all been following this story? Jess Coggins just made a comment that MAGA are now complaining about Dilbert's demise. Have y'all seen what happened to him?
About that. Wow.
Yeah, what an
Yeah.
idiot. What a moron
Ugh.
Well, let's
to
talk
go
about
on YouTube and have that shit come out of your mouth. You got to be pretty stupid.
I didn't see it. I just heard about it going, wow.
Yeah.
in
White
the
people should
80s,
just get away from black people. My best advice is get away from them. Really? That's what your
No.
advice to... Huh?
He got sucked into something that he didn't understand, but it's a shame because
Yeah.
he fell for it, and look what it's done.
Look what
He's
it's
just
done to him.
lost everything, quite
Yeah.
literally.
in the 80s, everybody had a Dilbert calendar on their cubicle.
I've been reading it forever. You know?
I've never read it, but I've seen it.
When
read
I say
Tommy.
I've been reading it forever, that means about once every month or so, if I get to see it.
It was
I
supposed
don't
to
Yeah, I
be
pick
don't-
up a
Logic,
newspaper anymore,
making
so
fun of
There you go.
office.
Oh,
But
environment.
the whole "it's okay to be white" thing, that started on 4chan, and it started with those kind of groups, right? You
Yeah.
know, and spreading it around.
right-wing nut job shit. And that's what they're going to go.
And then it sort of got picked up somewhere else and used kind of wrong, but the people that started it on 4chan got all excited and started, look, they talked about us on
Once
TV.
it's on fire like that, you can't put that out.
Yeah.
It's going to
Yeah.
blaze away. Mitch Goldstein, how are you, my friend?
Well, what's going on, old buddy?
Doing fine, brother. Doing fine. And you?
Oh, all right, I guess.
How's Julie?
Things are not well with her
Aw.
dad, but
Yeah.
we shall overcome.
Yes,
Really
that's
at the end.
I'm telling you, I just learned of Buddy Davis's
Yeah.
passing the other
Oh,
day,
yeah.
and I mean that just broke my heart. Yeah, Buddy was a fine guy. He was
He
a
was
hell
a
of
good guy.
He was a good guy.
Used his talent for extremely good reason, and I respect him a lot.
That's all we can hope for,
How are
brother.
you doing, John?
I'm doing pretty good. I got to talk momentarily today to John Majesco out in North Carolina about our meetup in San Antonio, and but my reception was real bad because of my end. Lucky if I get a bar on my phone. So I got to call him back, but it looks like they're going to come in on Saturday, which is the 20th, I think. So we're trying to all
What day
get
is-
coordinated on
The
what day
20th of what?
of May. January.
The 20th of May.
April, May.
All right. Well, I'm still in a we'll see mode,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
I think you had mentioned you
Um,
have a
and
wedding
that-
you might have to go to.
Well, we have I know we have a wedding the week after, but that's here in town. It's not like it's far. But
Well,
really now everything.
You know
is
our
kinda-
sentiment. We really hope you make it. And Travis, I can't tell you how much he hopes you make it. He
Oh,
just,
gee,
you made a.
no
I'm telling
pressure,
you,
though,
you
right?
made a big
No
impression
pressure.
on him, and I'm so glad you did. You know,
Well,
so
you guys are you know I was kind of concerned. You meet people from online and
Yeah.
you really
Everybody's
don't know what
take-
to expect.
No. Nobody does.
And I was like, John, you are literally exactly as I expected you, except you were taller
I don't know how to take that.
than I expected. Other than that, you were literally exactly as I expected.
Yeah, I don't change much. Ain't much to change. And we're old, man. Shit, what are you gonna do now? Change everything?
What's
Fuck
this
no.
wear shit? Where did you come up with that?
Yeah,
And
speak
we-
for yourself with this
I'm
old
sorry, I
shit.
was just talking about me.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Here's
then.
chicken, John.
I know it.
I could still check that 55 to 65 box, buddy. That's all I can
Yeah,
say.
yeah, past that now. It's it is something that's been slightly on my mind ever since my birthday, just because of that number, 70. But we have a lot of blue dots are up there, 70s and 80s. You know, I'm not the only one here. It's just all of a sudden you go, holy fuck, wait a minute.
It's going to be on your mind
good.
from now on, John.
Yeah, well, I got to push it out of there for a while. Let me thank Mitch Goldstein, that guy who came in with $3 and said, love you, Blue Dots, Mitch Goldstein. We love you back, brother.
Wish I could help you push it out, but I can't.
Oh, brother, every donation is graciously accepted. Are you shitting me? I don't care how much it is.
Well, I'm talking about something to ease your mind and make you feel a little bit mellow.
Oh yeah.
But I can't do that for you.
Well, in due time, my friend, in due time.
Yeah. Well, I went to my store the other weekend, and I've got something to make myself feel mellow.
I'm looking for.
It's legal here.
Oh, that's right. It's legal now.
Yeah, kiss my ass.
Yeah, it's legal.
Hey,
There's a store up.
you
just
play music,
between
right?
you and me, Linda.
DJ, you play music. Do you
Yeah,
know
I
what? Do you know what a hurdy-gurdy is?
Yeah, it's at the the carnival thing. No.
Not just a little
Circus
box like
carnival.
the guy.
Well, the monkey also the one that the guy plays on
Yeah,
the.
but it's not just a box you
street.
turn the crank with. It's more involved than that. It's an actual
Well, I
instrument.
always thought it was what the when the circus comes to town and they have it on a wagon and
Do
it
you?
plays the music.
Do yourself a favor and Google it up and take a look at that picture.
Okay, I will.
The reason I
I
say
have
it
a
is because
feeling it's like something that you don't expect, huh?
it's a handmade instrument. You're not
Oh.
going to go down to Guitar Center and goes, I want to, let me see your best hurdy-gurdy. It's just not going to be there. Nowadays they're custom made, and tomorrow, Rose will have hers. She's been paying it for a while, and it showed up.
In the future, we will have hurdy-gurdy vending machines that vend disposable hurdy-gurdies.
Really?
But not today.
Not today. Not today.
It looks like a guitar / accordion /
Yes.
I don't know.
Are you looking at it?
Yeah.
I hope a lot of our viewers, if you have access to Google or something, Google hurdy-gurdy and take a look at that instrument, because it's not what you...
I just did.
Yeah,
That's
there
totally
you go.
different than what I expected.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
got keys on it, and a little, that little crank. It's like a violin. That's the string, and it
Oh, okay.
and it changes. Like you could keep going
Yeah,
steady in
instead of
one
having
direction or change directions and go the other way, and just like a violin, it will change the pitch of the note.
Huh.
So tomorrow.
But there's strings of all different
Yes,
sizes all over the
I
place.
know it. I can't wait to see it. It's in a box that UPS has right now, and they'll deliver it tomorrow.
Do you know what a sitar is?
Yes.
Yep.
Well, I have a guitar that has
Yes, it was thought of
6
it.
strings, and then it has a sitar built into it in addition to the 6 guitar strings.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I've
And
never
you know
seen
what?
one of these. You know where this was?
I'll put a picture up.
got
I
my
get
Les
it
Paul
myself
here.
tomorrow. But the thing about it is, I can't figure out how to play it.
Well, this one is this hurdy-gurdy is coming all the way from Poland. As a matter of fact, when the
It
UPS,
looks like it.
yeah, there's a charge that has to be paid to pick it up, and I didn't have that when they came, and I said, oh, you're gonna have to come back. It's not mine. I don't have
It
that
says
kind.
here it's Middle East. That's exactly where Poland is. Yeah.
Yeah, this has come from Poland. It was custom. It was handmade. It's so I'm really looking forward to seeing it. It's for Rose.
Huh.
Rose plays it, or is going to learn
Wow.
to play it. So they're very
That's pretty
musically.
cool.
Travis, Tyler, they're all musically inclined. I don't know where they got it from. I got a cajon. That's what I got. I played the cajon. Dad's going to sit here with his iced tea and play the cajon. There you go. Anyway, there's a question. Damn, I had it in my mind just a minute ago. Boy, howdy shit. See what happens when y'all get me talking? I forget. I had a conversational piece we was going to talk about it and fell right out of my damn head.
Did anybody see where Oregon, I think it's Oregon, legalized mushrooms?
Oh,
Yes.
it's called
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
That's fucking amazing.
Let's move to Oregon. Fuck this shit. Let's go to Oregon. God damn it.
Yeah,
There is a
What the hell?
institute there
Just
now.
Can't even get
your ass
hot
up
down
and go
here.
to Oregon.
They
Back
will
your ass
guide
up
you
to
through mushroom trips up in Oregon. They will guide you through your mushroom trip.
And it helps with alcoholism.
Yes.
That's my problem. But
I'm working on it.
Right?
I mean, they was naming off the things that it actually helps, and it was amazing just to hear some of the stuff.
Some of the testimonials about,
Depression.
how it changes, alcoholics and people dealing with addiction. Indeed.
Yeah.
And to think of all the years we've wasted, again, persecuting something that may have been a benefit to mankind all along.
Yeah, absolutely.
Native Americans used it, and oh Lord, just saying those words, the Native Americans. Anybody who's seen,
Indigenous peoples.
anybody who has seen Exterminate All the Brutes, there's a certain scene in there. I had to actually get up from my seat to walk closer to my TV because we all know John's blind. So I have to get up and go over. What is that? It was a map of America. But there was words all over the country. But starting from the East Coast to the West Coast, they were falling like, just chipping away and falling off the screen. And I said, what the hell is that? And those were all the names of the indigenous tribes in this country that we just exterminated when we discovered America. And it's a very eye-opening series to watch. Exterminate All the Brutes, but it's pretty brutal. And
America
What was the name
not
again?
discovered; it was invented.
what's that?
What was the name again?
Exterminate All the Brutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What were you saying, Mitch?
I said America was not discovered; it was invented.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll just kill
No, it was
everybody gets in our way and
stolen.
call us. We found it. It's ours. Yes, the whole story of Exterminate All the Brutes is it's a very dark look at history, but it's our history. How we got to where we are today.
I remember in the 70s when Britain was undergoing decolonization, right? It was horrible. It was almost as bad decolonizing as it was colonizing. Because the colonization of Africa caused artificial boundaries to be created and created areas of strife on purpose to keep people at odds.
Yeah.
It's always
So
been
there
that
was
way.
no historical country of Kenya. It was created at the crossroads of 4 nations and the capital put in the center. So these artificial boundaries were decolonized, and they were all re-exploited by the far left and the far right both.
Of
Yeah.
course they were.
And
So
that's
and
not
then
just,
when you hear people talk
that's all
about
over
that
the
in
world.
America now, well, when you talk about America now, or the decolonization of Central and South America as well, you talk about that now. We have no horse to sit on in that race
no.
about colonization. We would be nothing without colonization.
Yeah, we
And
wouldn't
we
be a
applaud
country.
it. We even have a fucking holiday to
So
celebrate
celebrate
colonization.
how we colonized
God
this country.
forbid you talk shit about it.
Oh no, don't
I'm
do
gonna
that.
pop you with a
Yeah, because you'd be un-American then.
Late last
No.
year, the
It's coming
Cherokee
to
were
the
trying to
realization
get
of how
their,
you got where you are.
Did the Cherokee get their seat in the House?
I don't
or
think so.
not? They wouldn't give it to them, huh?
Of course not. It's not a legitimate claim.
Well, it was in the treaty, so supposedly they had to give it to them, but they.
There's a
didn't.
lot.
When did
That's
we ever
another thing
honor
you
the
learn.
treaty?
How many treaties the United
I'm not
States
saying
entered
we ever
into
did
treaties
honor
like
the
they were
treaty.
pissed off on
You know what
popcorn.
would be
Andrew
the-
Jackson is the worst offender.
Do you know what would be the easiest Wikipedia article to write?
What's that?
Treaties that America has honored.
No, that'd be a very short list. Is there anyone on the list that we can claim that we've honored?
However, I will say this as a semi-literate student of history: treaties are not traditionally honored. That's all I'm going to say.
Is it to the
No,
victor
they're not.
goes the history? Whoever wins
Worldwide,
gonna get.
they're not.
Yeah.
Right?
Treaties are entered into by one group being subservient to the other.
Yes.
They're there's one of them that has to make the deal.
And
And it's
just
usually
in
about
this
putting a
same,
Band-Aid on something for a minute.
we talk about the kind of the wound to America's psyche that the snowflakes in America had when Obama was duly elected president of the United States, and he's only half black. Can you imagine if he was all black?
To them, he's all black. They don't care.
Oh yeah, I guess so. They don't.
Yeah,
They
they
don't.
don't.
Yeah, they
that-
don't. They, yeah.
They're not going to discriminate just because he had a white mama.
I
No,
guess
he's black.
non-white
That's it.
probably covers it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me send out a quick few thank yous real quick. One back. Michael Johnson came back with $5 and said, the song I think Hurdy-gurdy was Donovan. Didn't like the song. Fuck Trump. Fuck a intercourse Holly. Hands up. He just. I do remember the song. I do remember the song, the Hurdy-gurdy man. And let me see. Montana Blue. Now that's the first time I've seen that name. Came in with $2 and said, I follow Patty Gurdy on YouTube. And Montana Blue, thank you for that. And I think I saw her today. Travis pulled up several YouTube videos of people playing the hurdy-gurdy, and evidently you got to have some talent here to play this thing, and I think one of them was Patty something, but I really didn't.
Well, one thing the hurdy-gurdy does not is look easy.
No, it doesn't look easy. I just thought it was the box, like the Jack in the Box thing. It just no, that's not what it is. It's what it was in the cartoon. I remember. And let me thank Montana Blue again came in with another $2 and said she plays a mean hurdy-gurdy. Well, there you go. Okay. If any of y'all have not had the opportunity to look up a hurdy-gurdy and what it is and what it sounds like, do that. You'll be surprised at what it is, because it's not what I thought it was. When I thought of a hurdy-gurdy, I did
like
just square box.
It's like crank-operated violin, right?
Yes, that's
it
what
has little pads that you push on the strings.
But listening to it today, it does sound like a violin or a string instrument at a lot of time. But if you listen closely, it sounds a whole lot like a bagpipe too. You just have to listen to it.
Wow.
Let me thank Stephanie Dean, who came in with $5 just to tell me that we need a phone call, John. I will call you, darling. I will call you. I got to call you, and I got to call John. Jessica. I got to get to somewhere where I have a signal. This phone out here sucks.
Here's the
Hope you're
fact.
feeling better, Stephanie.
Thank you, Stephanie.
So.
Yes, darling. I know she's fixing to have some surgery. Oh.
So you're saying Saturday, May 20th, huh?
Yep, Saturday, May 20th. We could make that's Saturday. The 20th is Saturday, 21st is Sunday. We could make it 19, 20, 21, 20, 20. It doesn't matter.
All right. Well, like I said, I'll talk about it with Julie. I give you a definite maybe. I want to go.
I know you want to. I know you know that we want you to be there. And anybody else. Look, Carolyn John's right there.
And of course, if somebody wants me there badly enough, and they'll put up the airfare, please feel free to do so. Joe will thank you.
Indeed. It is. It is not. It's not an easy run for anybody to be able to make a trip down here, especially just for this. But we started this because John and Carolyn are going to be there, and we want to meet John and Carolyn. So,
I know I have that wedding on Memorial Day weekend.
Right.
And then the 13th is Hookahville, which is a festival that we go to every year in Ohio.
Hookahville.
So it's just going to be a busy May. And of course, May 10th is my 59th birthday.
59. Oh, you're getting so close to that number.
Yeah, spring chicken, huh?
Yeah. That's what he is.
I've done a lot of things.
Yeah. A lot of life in that life, ain't it?
Yeah, well, not too much. I still got plenty to go.
You've done a bit of traveling, my friend.
I'll concede to about 2/3 of the way there, but I still got a lot of shit.
The race ain't over, baby, until we drop dead. Ain't that the deal?
Well, my goal is to retire before, sometime around 65.
I highly recommend it, but if you think you're going to quit,
That's when I'm really going to start accelerating my activities until, of course, I perish, whichever comes first.
I am getting the urge so bad to buy another RV and hit the road. Just go. Marsha and I and the kids spent 3 years just willy-nilly. And it's not too hard to do if you don't have a house payment and what life throws at you when you own a piece of property anywhere. Take that away, you have a little bit more to spend, and you just go wherever the hell you want to go. And
That'd be awesome.
I enjoyed it so much, and I'm starting to get that, that bug. It was so nice when we spent that time on the road and got to see so much of this country, east to west, but still a lot. I keep threatening that if I'm coming to your house. That's what I'm doing. We're doing the show from your house. Whoever will have us, just travel around the country, go blue dot to blue dot. Yeah.
Hey, that would be awesome. I would love that.
That would be so cool.
Dot to dot.
Just pick up the camera and all this stuff that it takes to do the show, compact it into one thing that you got to deal with, and hit the road. On the road again. I love it. So, I don't know.
It'll get you out of that heat in the summer.
Yeah, and then run from the cold in the winter. And it ebb and flow just like that. That's the way we did it. We just wait for it to get warm enough up north. Yeah, I enjoyed my time going up north. We went through Illinois, went through, we went through Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, over to Indiana, Illinois, Missouri, Kansas, South Dakota, all that. Loved it.
All that.
Loved it.
Come to Tennessee when it's summertime because it's humid as shit.
It is. It's
I
pretty
gotta-
warm
I
up
gotta,
there.
I gotta have a word with Tennessee.
What's up with Tennessee? It's gorgeous.
It sucks.
It's gorgeous to visit, though. Aesthetically, it's beautiful.
I have very, very dear friends in Nashville. I have very, very dear friends in Memphis. I love my people in Tennessee, but goddamn, they got some MAGA motherfuckers
They
running
do.
that state.
Yes,
I'm
they
right in the
do.
middle of it. I am right in the middle of this shit.
Sorry.
What? Do you have a mule and you can't move either? Is that the problem?
A lot of people have an anchor on their ass. They can't move.
I'm sorry. I didn't
You
mean to
are
insert
where you
you.
are. But, it's, it is what you make it, wherever you live. You have to. You ain't got no choice in the matter anyway. You might as well make it the best you can. But, yeah. I love it, traveling around. But Tennessee is gorgeous. Have you been to Nashville?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've been in Nashville. I've been
Okay.
to Nashville a lot.
Yeah, there you go.
I did a lot. I worked there for a while.
Yeah, well, you're not
And I
talking.
worked
You're
for-
just talking about their politics. Plus,
Now, I'm talking about the people who vote for the
Yep.
MAGAs who are
Yep.
running that state.
Yep, that's it.
I don't blame the MAGAs.
Oh, I do.
Well, I mean,
I haven't been
you
my
might as
family.
well, but
I am still, thankfully, the only. I have one brother left. He lives in Tennessee, up by Knoxville. Very conservative area. His daughter and their family are very conservative. I know they're MAGA. They just don't say it around me. But we still get along. Have some pretty sharp discussions sometimes about issues. But she's the only one in the family that hasn't disappeared. But it's not in. I got family all around me where I live, in Corpus and all over Texas. Got lots of family. Ain't seeing none of them anymore. Nope.
Hey, John.
I got one.
Yeah, the ones that don't know any better, I can forgive them. But the ones that do know better,
Yeah.
no.
That's a harder pill to swallow.
right. And the joke is, those people are the minority in the state of Tennessee.
Indeed. That's the problem.
And it's actually the people who, if we got to blame somebody, we ought to blame the fucking fence sitters, the people who have excused themselves from participating in a system that, by their not participating, we have Donald Trump and we have MAGA and all that brings with it.
You have to motivate people to get out. That's the only ticket, and
Yeah.
that's why I say it here in Texas is hard to do because of the gerrymandering. A lot of people down here would rather go to the beach on that day, whatever day it is, vote or go to the beach. They're going to go to the beach because they don't have a confidence that their vote is going to make a rat's ass difference.
Well, and you can thank the Voting Rights Act being overturned by the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court, of course, being stacked with assholes by the Republicans who get elected when we sit around and do shit, or when we allow people to scare us from wanting progressive action.
And what,
You got to remember,
if we don't have
the
progress,
MAGA Republicans are against everything progressive.
yes,
They want America to go
they
backwards.
want to go
in time.
regressive. Yeah,
They want
they
it
want
to
it
be
to go
the
backwards,
Andy
baby.
Griffith show.
yes, and we all
want
know
it to be
Andy Griffith.
happy
Mayberry
with
never happened. Mayberry,
No, it didn't.
it never was. That was a TV show. You know, we were never there.
John,
Eh.
there is something that I've been thinking about a lot lately, and you have the left versus the right. I don't believe in those distinctions anymore. You've only got the right, who are these uneducated, low-paid people who become MAGAs, and then everything else is the center. The left has become the new center because the left is now the majority of the thinking in this country. There is no far left anymore. The left has moved to the center and now rules the center.
Speak for yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No,
I speak
if
for
we-
myself.
if
I'm
that-
on the left, and I believe I'm in the center. I
If
believe
that was true, though, I think we'd have Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
Well, we might someday.
We might.
No, I was.
Someone like him, maybe.
But
I would-
there is no far left anymore as far as it goes. Bernie Sanders, the ideas he has are basically the same ideas that you would find in Sweden or Norway or somewhere like that.
Other
which
places
are
in the
good
world, you're
ideas.
saying?
Yes.
Yeah,
And those are good ideas.
they
Tell
are.
you what, there has never been another politician that has been more steadfast than Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders, he's not
I mean,
swinging in the wind out there.
No.
No, I'm proud when I told people I voted for Bernie Sanders in the primaries. You bet, that was
Can
my
you
man.
imagine
I want that kind of future.
the revolt by the MAGAs if he were to win the presidency?
Oh
It'd be
Lord,
worse
they'd
than
go
Obama.
ape shit. They'd impeach him the day after the inauguration
You're
for
right.
something. You know,
Yeah.
wouldn't matter what. They'd make something, pull it out of their ass. It didn't matter.
They'd have to really
They'd
make
have a
something up
shit
because
fit.
there's nothing there to impeach.
But if we don't
Yeah,
move,
it's
if we don't move this country forward for the people of the country, what the fuck are we moving it forward for? Just so Betsy DeVos or somebody like that can buy another yacht?
But they demonize that word socialism,
They do.
and without socialism, you wouldn't have fucking roads, you wouldn't have fucking
We wouldn't have
firefighters,
fire
you wouldn't have
departments, police
fucking
departments, none of that
police
shit.
department, none of that
40
fucking
hour
shit.
work week.
Come on, people.
You wouldn't have
We
shit.
can-
You wouldn't have anything.
Oh, they got to push their mythology of the rugged individual and
Yeah,
the manly man who is an entrepreneur.
that's
and
right. Pulls himself up by his
doesn't
own
have
bootstraps.
have an
Faces
email
the world.
address.
Yeah,
No
takes the
such thing.
Has to have a
There's no
gun
such
when he
thing.
goes
Yeah.
into the McDonald's.
There you go.
School of Hard Knocks.
Oh my
Well,
God.
John?
There's what?
One of your representatives has introduced a bill in Congress, I don't remember his name, to ban TikTok from the entire United States.
Yes, that's true. They're trying to get
Starts
TikTok
with
banned.
a C. I can't think of his name.
Pity they don't have the actual authority to do that. But
Yeah.
yeah.
No,
Right.
They'll never get it through, no.
but it sounds good.
No, they don't have. They couldn't.
It
if they
sounds good.
wanted
It's
to.
another one of them culture issues. We need to do something about this because you'll hear all sorts of fiery
Biden just
speeches.
banned it on government.
First
machines
Amendment,
today.
unless we don't like it, and then we want you to shut up.
Yeah, then shut up.
Well, Biden just issued an order banning it on government machines.
Yes, on
today,
government
or
machines,
yesterday.
I can see that. There's a lot of stuff people keep on government laptops and devices. Yeah, I can understand that. And I don't see a problem with that myself because I've worked for the federal
Having worked
government and there's
for
a
the
lot of
government, I don't see how that makes sense because our machines were so locked down. The Department of Defense locked those machines down that only the secure technicians could come over and put applications on. We could not change any applications, remove or add on any of our desktops when I was in the Air Force, over at the base over there. It was all locked down. But how could you put TikTok on?
Well, I don't know. In this day and age, in my time when I was working on computer systems in the Navy, for anti-submarine warfare, autopilot systems, stuff like that, fuck, I'd change the damn computer cards myself. I don't know how it works
you can't
today,
do that
but
today.
no, it's not that. It's not that. It's all download. It's all up in the cloud. It's all in the internet, or, you know. But
We had a standardized desktop, and that desktop had all the apps, and they would image it onto your disk. And that's what you had. That's what you got.
I was working for them when we had DOS. You know, you know.
I remember DOS.
Oh yeah, that's
But
what
most people are TikToking on their phones. They don't want, you know,
Right.
they get government phones and blah blah blah. They don't want that shit on the phones.
And it's a
Yeah,
government
well,
device.
that may be true.
They have a right to do that. Tell you what you can and cannot have on that device.
Yeah.
Government didn't give me a phone.
Well, we just wasn't important enough. That's all.
No, we weren't.
Let me thank Michael Johnson, who came back with another $2 and said, "You have folks here in Missouri, and I will be. You have folks here in Missouri, and I will cook the barbecue. So if we end up going to Missouri one of these days, Michael Johnson's fixing the barbecue, baby.
Well, Linda and I can go over and visit Michael.
There you go.
You know what? I was
Hey.
thinking about this, John. And I was talking to Donna Sturdivant about this too.
Donna's
And
been
we're
with us for a
thinking-
long
yeah.
time. You
I was
two
thinking,
met, didn't you? Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Flashback.
met.
You and
Mhm.
Linda Sturdivant are the two that met.
Donna.
See? It takes John a while, but that Rolodex is up there, baby. It just needs it.
Mhm.
And I
Yeah,
loved
we
it because
met.
Donna lived in Oklahoma. She moved out to the coast,
Mhm.
and then she moved
And we
back.
met
She's
here.
back in Oklahoma, right?
Yes, she is.
Yes,
And
she
we were
is.
just talking a while ago and said, you know, we should have it. I know Michael Johnson's in Missouri,
Right.
I think Kansas City, and I thought, well, you know what? Blue Dot family meeting, maybe in that area, since you know it's kind of in a little bit towards the middle. And, you
Yeah.
know, if we
A
all
Blue
could meet
Dot
up. Yeah.
meeting,
Well,
a Blue Dot in
this one-
Missouri meeting.
This
family
one we're
meeting.
pretty solidly held on to San Antonio this time because some reservations have
Oh, yeah.
already been made. Michael Johnson will be there in
Mhm.
San Antonio. And I know Randy Peterson.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. We're going to have several people there.
I wish. I'm just saying, in the future, sometime, maybe out in Kansas City, sometime.
Yes,
Donna said she'd
it's
go,
the
and I
center
know
of the country.
DJ,
Easy
you're
access
like-
for everybody.
Oh yeah, I've been to Kansas City so many times. I
Maybe
worked
we'll
there
go
for a while.
someday.
Kansas City.
And we don't have to wait another year. Like I said, this came about because John and Carolyn are going to be in that area, and
That's great.
contacted us and said, "We want to meet." Well, yes, and let's just open it up to any other Blue Dot who wants to come.
Mhm.
So that date we're set in. Oh, look at there, Irish Giselle, all using red exclamation points just to remind John.
She's been screaming credits
Has
for
she?
about 5 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, wrong button. Wrong
Yeah, I
button.
hate to say it, but
Oh, wrong button.
not a good weekend.
All right.
It's not going to work for me. We'll try again in the fall, maybe.
That's my address right there.
Yeah, you don't want to come to Missouri during July or August. I can tell you that much.
I was thinking September, October, maybe this year,
Yeah.
whenever. But just that's just a thought. To thinking, gosh, maybe we could all meet out there sometime.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
I'm leaving that there for a second because, you know, so you could hear the sad story of me going to the post office there and opening my box slowly, putting the key into the hole, turning it slightly to the right, waiting for that first crack in there to see if there is by chance an envelope, maybe a piece of paper. But no, alas, there was nothing there. So I closed the box, turned the key to the left and slowly pulled it out, walking away all heartbroken. That's my address if you want to send us something. There's the credits.
Well, you keep getting the other guys' notices.
Huh?
You keep getting that other guy's notices about packages.
I had to take those packages back, yeah. I'm sure he appreciated me doing that. Let me see. Maria Bentoncourt came in with a $2 donation and said, "I live in Florida. It's worse here." Ah, see?
Was there what?
Worse than what? Yeah, there's the main question there. And I think I just saw somebody else go by. Waiting
Might be
up with
slightly worse than Tennessee. I'm not sure.
Conscious land.
it. You know, all of us live in our own personal hell when we live in a red state. You know, I can outdo all y'all. I not only live in a red state, in a red district, I live on a red street. And I'm the only blue
Yes,
on
sir.
this street. So,
Yeah, John Briber, you live in a blue state that was artificially, viciously
indeed,
malformed to appear to be a red state.
it is
Don't you
indeed.
forget.
I don't forget where I live.
Your district ain't no
Yeah.
saving that fucking thing.
You know, if you live down here in, hello, Teresa Rojas. I see there, but if you live down here in, on the coast, this is pretty laid back down here. We're pretty liberal down here. Should marijuana be legal? Hell yes. You go out to the beach and just take a whiff. Are you shitting me? You know, there's so many, and I just say that just because it's the most obvious liberal thing people say. Well, you just want to legalize drugs. No, not all of them. Look how many y'all have legalized. Go down to the damn pharmacy and look in there. And how many drugs y'all have legalized. Let me thank John Cass, who just came in with a $10 donation and said that they're saying credits. Love y'all, Blue Dots. Yes, it takes several people in there yelling at John to remind them to turn on the credits. I don't know. I used to have a button. Now I have to use the mouse, and I have to move the mouse, and John forgets what fucking button. I just don't hit the red button. That's all I know. Don't do that. I love getting together with this family and the conversations that we have in here. This is the highlight of my day on my social calendar every day, is getting to talk with y'all, and that's what keeps me in hopes. Because without it, again, I'm not gonna be anybody that I'm not, or anybody different than if I had this show or not. I'd still be voting for Biden. I'd still be telling all these idiots up and down the street, "You're full of shit," and I just wouldn't have made it such a big deal. And Keith Thompson just came in with another $5 and said, "Men, women, blackish, whitish, reddish, yellowish, this coming 4th of July, Independence Day, should be our day," and it needs to be. It needs to be. And on that note, thank you very much, Keith Ura. I highly recommend watching that series, Exterminate All the Brutes. It's very eye-opening, not teaching you anything that really basically you don't already know, but it's putting it in perspective, putting it into context of how it shapes the world and how we got
Have you
to
watched 1923, John?
And no, but that's another one Marshall wants me to watch. I just
There's,
got done with the
several
1619 project.
Yeah,
I've seen that.
there's several segments in there on these schools that were used to indoctrinate the indigenous peoples, and it's pretty graphic what happened to them in 1923. The series is pretty graphic about how they were treated in these schools.
Well, to learn the history we teach in most of our schools, we'd all be proud Americans and forging forward. But if you look at the real history of our country, we have a lot to amend for, a lot to overcome before we can ever reach what Martin Luther called the mountaintop. We're not there. We're a long way from there. But it's the battle every day, every one of us, in our personal lives, in our social lives, in our online presence, in the voting booth every day. It's up to us how we do this, how we play this game. And I think just about every one of you are playing it right. Playing it the best way you can. But it's this game that we play that determines the future that those that we love so dearly behind us are going to live. So we have to keep remembering. This isn't for, we wish it was us, that we win the battle of whatever we're fighting for, and all of a sudden the next day the sun shines out, bluebirds fly around all of us, and everything gets better. But it's not going to be that way. It never has. It never has been that way. Somebody had to fight for everything that we have now. And if we don't continue fighting, we're going to start losing some of what they fought for us to get. And we see that already across the country in the voting booth. They're trying to restrict your right to vote. If they can do
Yes,
that,
they are.
if they can do that, hey,
They're doing it here in Missouri.
they're doing it all over the
They
country.
have a new bill. they have a new bill now where, you know how we voted marijuana in? They have a new bill now where you have to have they're trying to get it so you have to have a 2/3 majority to pass any kind of um, sort of a, what do you call it?
State law or state legislation.
Yeah, to pass it by marijuana passed by simple majority. But now, if they get this bill through, it would have taken
It
a
was too
two-thirds
easy,
majority.
huh? They want to make it a little
Never
more
worked.
difficult. Sure.
They want to make it hard,
Oh,
so
sure.
we can't do it anymore.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
They
Because
can't-
God
can't-
forbid the people get their way.
That's
Yeah.
theatrics, dude.
Gonna have to pass
That's
a bill that
Missouri,
they
though.
can't have that bill.
There you go.
Right.
That's
And is
right.
that, I don't know if that was an amendment to the Constitution or what, but whatever it was, it passed by simple majority.
Well, the simple marijuana issue all across the land is going to be legalized in every state in the union eventually. Texas will probably be one of the last. I know it, but it has nothing to do with the marijuana itself. It has to do more with the drug war in general and how much money Texas gets from the federal government about that drug war. We got a big border, baby. It takes a whole lot of money to cover this
Tennessee will be
shit.
Tennessee be last.
Yeah. But again, we stay in the fight not because of it's going to benefit us, it's because if we don't stay in the fight, it's going to hurt those behind us. And I don't want, and not a one of us want our children, grandchildren, great grandchildren, or just Joe Schmo on the street to have it harder than it really needs to be. And it's up to
James.
us what society we build. So.
James, does Tennessee still allow you to have an open container in your car while you're driving?
You know, I don't know. I have no clue.
Oh, shit, you can
When my
drive
mother
up
lived in
windows down
Nashville,
here.
they did. You can do it in Texas?
Yeah,
And
drive
you're
up windows,
worried
drive through.
about
You wanna,
marijuana?
no, I ain't got no pot, but you want to get drunk, sure, knock yourself out.
But can you drive with an open container in the car? You
No.
can't in Missouri.
No, you can't.
Or you can
Can
in
you go through the
Tennessee.
drive-through and pick up a mixed drink? Sure, you can. Just don't drive. Just stay parked right there. It makes no sense. It
No, it
doesn't.
doesn't.
But
I stayed in Dallas, and I had to have a special card in the hotel because they were in a dry county, so I could go to the bar and get a drink. It was called a club. The hotel had a club. I had.
you had to join the
get a
club,
drink.
right? Yes. Yeah, I've been in those situations.
Holy
You had to join a club before you could drink in there. Yep.
Holy
Members
shit.
only.
Speaking of which,
Members only.
I'm very proud to say my daughter Erica has gotten a job at the liquor board.
Really?
She's working at a liquor store.
There you
So
go. You're going to worry about her. You know that, don't you?
we need more high quality alcohol in our lives.
Yeah, we do. We do. What was it? Somebody drank something here lately, and ever since I heard about it, I want to taste that. And I don't drink that much, but this sounded interesting. Now I can't remember what the hell it was. I'll have to ask
Okay.
Travis.
No,
All
I
right.
drank that 1800 tequila.
Rum and Coke.
Rum and Coke? I
Oh,
think,
John,
I think Mescal.
Did you hear about the farce at the border? There was a contingent of Republican congressmen. They heard reports that 3,000 immigrants a day were getting through the border at Yuma, Arizona. They sent a contingent of congressmen down there, and this
Yeah.
footage of them running around at night.
Yeah.
And they figured, well, if it's 3,000 a day,
Damn, that's
it's
a lot.
24 hours in a day. If they go out there for a couple hours, they're bound to
they're
spot
bound to-
some immigrant.
Thousands.
You know something? There was not one
Not one.
motherfucking one.
It's all a
Those
scare.
sons of bitches.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I
You know what? I don't want to beat the person that's leading those immigrants in the dark because he'll shoot your ass.
Good night, Maria Betancourt. To me, it's always, I've lived down here just about my whole life. Again, I've worked over near the border in the oil fields a long time. I don't see it. The big mass migration of people coming across the border constantly. Now you see it a lot on the news when they have people trying to get through at specific places. They're trying to get amnesty or get through a line. But if you listen to right-wing news media, they're just storming the border all over the place, just thick, and it's just not. And guess where we hire them. Anybody see the stories about the young kids working in meat factories?
Yeah.
Yeah. Immigrant kids.
Yeah, I
Don't
thought
worry about that little
Gee.
shit, so.
Gee, John, I thought we put a stop to that.
Yeah,
I thought there were
I thought we
laws.
did too. Yeah, child labor laws, all that
I
shit.
thought
No.
there were regulations.
Oh, no, man. If a company has a way to
Sinclair Lewis.
save a few bucks, they'll do it. And then the meat packing, we've seen that before. We saw one in Mississippi that a few years ago that was shut down. And they had busloads of immigrants in there that were working that got arrested for being there illegally. Really?
Because the fines are cheap.
There you go. There you go. It benefits the
They just-
business.
Throw them
There
in the
was,
bus,
There
take
you
them
go.
across the border, and let them come back.
There you go. There you go.
There was a small company in Farwell, Michigan, just a few miles from where my house is. And back in 2009, I drove by there, and I think every possible type of police vehicle you could imagine had that building surrounded. And my only thing I could think of was they were doing a raid on illegal immigrant labor, because they had that whole place under attack, basically.
Oh, honey. Well, I guess we're going to wrap it up for this evening. I want to thank everybody for coming in and joining us tonight. Everybody on YouTube, on Facebook. You make this family, baby. I'm so happy to see y'all's names pop up every time we start this show. But anyway, DJ,
Yes,
Mr. David Mosley,
yes, it's Daniel.
I appreciate you coming in, brother.
Thank you for letting me in. I always enjoy it. Look forward to it.
Outstanding. Thank you very much. And I'm sorry, I can't see for shit.
John, I think you need.
No. I go by. I
Those are
try to
damn
do
dogs.
this gentlemen first and then ladies last because that's the way it should be. James, thank you very much, brother, for coming in. Enjoyed the conversation, sir. I'm enjoying seeing you pop up in on it.
I love you, buddy.
All right, take care of yourself. And Mitch,
Yes.
thank you, sir, for coming in. Please let us know because we're all hanging on the edge here and see if
Well,
Mitch
you
is
know, right
coming.
now, I'm not gonna be able to make it for the May
I-
thing, but let's try for a fall gig.
Let's do. I'm open. Just
Yeah,
means if we
it's,
do it in May, doesn't mean we can do it again in the fall. Hell yes.
Yeah.
I'm available all the time. You know.
All right, yeah. Let's talk about doing the fall. This way I can plan it a little better.
All right. Well, whatever. So whatever you can do, we'll do. Same way I told
if I have to
John
do
and
it
Caroline. You're going to be there.
I'm
I'm going to
stand
be there.
for you again one more time without Julie. She's gonna have a fit.
I want to meet Julie. I really do.
You're right.
She definitely sounds like your better half. That's a line there, buddy. I'm trying to fish it in. Anyway, Mitch, thank you so much, brother.
All right. Good night, John. Good night, Blue Dots.
Good night, Mitch.
Remember to
Good
hit
night,
that,
Mitch.
Yeah.
like button. And if you haven't subscribed, well, you're basically morally bankrupt if you
That's
haven't
it. You haven't subscribed yet. We're going to pray
Guilt
for
them
you.
into it.
That's what it is.
Right? And you know, if you're one of those people who you have like dollar bills on the floor of your
Yeah,
car,
just sweeping around. Yeah.
don't even do
Blow it in your yard
Run
out
them
there
up.
when you're out there
Pocket
raking.
change.
All them
Put them
bills
in an
just like-
envelope, send them to.
Send it to that address there. So John opens the door and there's something there. Anyway,
I believe we take cash is in the company motto. All right, good night, everybody.
good night, Mitch.
All right,
Love
John
you, brother.
boy.
Take
Good
care.
night, Mary Ellen.
Yeah, that's all of that. Linda, thank
Yes.
you for coming in, darling. I appreciate that. And thank you for putting that in my head. The minute you said Donna Sturdivant is when it put it in my head. That's right, Linda Taylor Gallup and Donna Sturdivant. That was the I don't know if it was one of the first.
Yeah, there was like 5. I want to say 2017 maybe.
Yeah.
She came on the way there and we met. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think y'all were one of the first Blue Dot that actually met each other after being on the show and
I
everything.
love it. I love meeting people. I'll definitely like to meet all you guys.
Oh, it would be a pleasure. I'm telling you. We're working on it.
Definitely.
If we can't make it in May, we're looking at fall
I can't
now.
make it in May, but
So.
in fall we can all think of something.
Yeah,
I'm game.
Good.
Start traveling again because I've been social distancing for 3 years. with my
yeah.
kids
We
home
need
and all.
this. We need to get
Oh, I'm
together.
so
Oh, we had a
glad.
great time. Last
I
time,
bet you did.
yeah,
Those tacos
everybody
were
was
good.
there. We'll always remember puppy tacos. It's a big thing. We're going to do that again. I'm hoping.
And DJ, you live by me, so I'm gonna look you up on Facebook or whatever, and I'll Maybe we'll have lunch sometime in a couple months or something. That's cool.
Yeah, I can give you my address and phone number when we're in the Blue Room if you want.
You know how to get to the Blue Room?
No.
And-
How?
If any of y'all want to add me, I'm James Price, Jim Bob on Facebook.
Yeah, Jim
Okay.
Bob. Look
Okay.
for James Price, but look for the word Jim Bob. That's the one.
Yep, that's
Good.
me.
I'll look
There's a
for it.
bunch of
And
them.
DJ, what's your first name, if you don't mind?
Daniel.
I'll find you. If I can't find my way to the blue, how do I get to the Blue Room? Yeah, I'm like dumb with computers. You're lucky.
And we can invite you.
Oh, okay.
Miss Chick, can you do that?
I think I can.
If not, I'll
'Cause I
find
don't
DJ
know how.
and James. Sounds good. We all stick together.
Because as soon as we end the show, that's where every one of us is going to head to. We're all going to go to the Blue Room, which is the after party.
All right.
So
I'll try to
that's when
find
all
that
the
one.
juicy shit comes out.
Okay,
So
I just sent you one.
There you go.
Okay.
All right.
I'll look to find it. I'm really bad at this, but I'll try.
Well, Linda, thank you,
John,
darling, for coming on the
nice
show
fit.
tonight. I appreciate it. And Miss you, Chick.
John,
Thank you, darling.
you're welcome.
You're my well of information. I can always count on you. You know your stuff, darling. I'm impressed. What can I say? I'm
I
impressed.
frequently mix up my stuff because I'm tired, but
You're doing a great job, baby, and I appreciate it.
It happens.
it happens.
Yeah, it does in my brain every day, automatically. My Rolodex is a little slow. I don't have this upgraded memory shit that they have, you know.
It's like putting too many ingredients in the
mine's a
pot and it
Rolodex
all
in there.
just ends up being scrambled eggs.
Hey, Blue Dot in Texas /Discord. There you go. BW put it in there. Thank you, Beverly. All right, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you all for being here. We'll be back here again Thursday night for another Blue Dot family meeting, so please come by and join us. Get on Discord and come by and join the conversation. Linda, we had a wonderful time. This is your first time in here, right?
Been here, no,
I think.
like 5 times.
Oh, she's been in here
Well, it's
before.
been a long time. Don't test John's
It's
memory.
been a while. It has been a while. Like,
My
long
brain's
time.
a sieve, baby. I'm barely
Yeah,
hanging on to
fine.
anything up there.
you're good to go.
All right. All right. Love y'all for being here. Y'all say goodnight to everybody.
Night, night.
Good night, everyone.
night.
Good night,
Bye.
everybody, and we'll see you again on Thursday. Y'all take care of yourself and put a smile on